I'm David from ArringtonCoaching.com, and I have a question for you. Do you remember the cool table in high school? You know, where the jocks and the cheerleaders and all the cool people sat. And if you were at that cool table, it was awesome. And if you weren't at that cool table, it was not as awesome. Everybody wants to be on the in crowd, and unfortunately for some leaders, they keep that mindset, that cool table and everybody else mindset going well past high school. I want to talk to you today about how you can avoid this incredible morale killer. If that's what you're interested in, you're in the right place. Stick with me. We're blasting off in 3, 2, and we're here. Hi, my name is Dr. David Arrington. I'm an executive coach and a leadership trainer. I help leaders just like you lead more effectively without the drama, the headache, the heartache, and all the baggage that goes along with it. Today, I want to talk to you about one morale killer that gets even the best of us. And it's favoring certain people over other people. We all naturally gravitate to some people and are repelled by other people. That's natural. That's absolutely 100% just human nature. But as a leader, you can't allow that to take place and take root in your team, because it will kill morale. It will undermine morale, because if you've got a cool group, the group that can always get your ear, that always gets whatever they ask for, that is always welcome in your office, and then everybody else, and you're giving them a lot more due diligence. You're looking over their shoulder. You question everything. You don't trust them as much. If you've got these two groups in one team, you are heading for trouble. Morale is going to dip. Productivity is going to dip. You're going to have people jumping ship all over the place, including the people that are at the cool table, because eventually they'll want to move up too. There was a Gallup poll done that said at least 50% of the workforce employees, 50% of the people that change jobs at one point in their career, it was to get away from their boss. We want to make sure you're not that boss. We want to make sure you're not that guy, not that gal, that you're the kind of leader that treats everyone fairly, treats everyone the same. So here's how we're going to do it. First, treat everybody fairly. You don't have favorites. Just don't do it. It's a terrible idea. And what does that look like? You don't want to talk about other employees to other employees. You just don't want to do this, because you're having a conversation now with Joe about Jan. Let's use these very generic names, right? Joe and Jan. You're talking to Joe about Jan. Guess what? Joe gets upset with you and tells Jan everything you said about her before. Where does morale go? If you have a problem with Jan, just talk to Jan. If you have an issue with Jan, talk to her directly, or Joe, whoever it is. You want to not talk about other employees. You want to give every employee the benefit of the doubt. Why? Because you don't know who is going to give you a process revolutionizing great idea, who's going to come in and save the day. You don't know that. Unless I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe you do. I can't decide who's going to be that high performer if given the right set of circumstances, and who's going to crash and burn. But if you treat everyone the same, you give everyone the same amount of opportunity to become that high performer. You want to make sure that you are that leader that is there for your people, not one who's only there for some of your people. That kind of divisiveness, if I could speak, that kind of divisiveness is only going to undermine your team, and they won't do anything for you. Last but not least, get to know everybody, because here's the thing. When you don't know anything about people, it's easy to isolate them and label them and put them over here in this corner as here's what they are. When you get to know people, you find out you have more in common than you think. And when you have more in common than you think, those people that perhaps you would have thought weren't a good fit or you didn't necessarily like, when you find out they have several things in common with you, all of a sudden now you're more inclined to see them in a good light. You think of them a little bit more favorably, and you see them in a different light. And that's the thing. You have to treat everybody the same so that you can get the kind of productivity out of everyone that you're going to need to hit your targets. So if they're on your team, treat them the same. no favorites, because if you do, you're going to undermine your team, and that's going to blow back on you because your leadership is going to take a hit. That's our tip for today. I want you to make sure that you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Don't forget to grab our epic 27-point leadership checklist. It's linked below this video, and I know you're going to enjoy that because it's going to help you become a better leader. It's going to get you on our list so you're kept up to date with all the great leadership ideas, great leadership thoughts that we're putting out into the world, and even some stuff that we only make available to our list. So you want to get on that. Last but not least, until next time, make today count.